What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. On this episode, we are talking about the Rippl Impact Gear, specifically the padded underwear. Behind me here, I've got a brand new M1000 single R, and after riding it for about the first 100 kilometers, one of the first mods that I wanted to do was get a brand new seat. The seat on my S1000 double R has always been so freaking comfortable for a sports bike seat, so I've never really considered the option of needing to get an aftermarket seat or anything like that. I've never really looked into it a whole lot, but after getting this M1000 single R, the seat on it is absolutely rock hard, which I get. It's track riding, it's an M edition, it's supposed to be hard. You're supposed to feel the road. That's kind of the whole point of having a hard seat, is feeling the road, all that kind of stuff. But I'm not tracking this bike right now at the moment at all. I started immediately looking into alternative options for a more comfortable ride. I went on my local Facebook group and I kind of asked for suggestions of hard seats. Should I get a new seat? Should I get gel seats? What do you guys recommend? One person recommended getting bicycle shorts with little pads in them, and I heavily considered that. I want to go on long road trips with this bike. That was kind of the whole idea of getting a naked bike, a more upright bike, is being comfortable. And this seat behind me, although it looks amazing, I love the look of it, so I started looking at alternative options for keeping this seat. One of the first things I started looking at was getting gel inserts into this seat, and it was around 200 bucks, which sounded not too bad. I was more than willing to spend $200 on gel inserts on this seat here. Now it sounds crazy, but I really couldn't bring myself to modifying this seat, because if I ever do take this bike to the track, I want a hard seat. Probably will never bring this bike to the track. Just in the off small chance that I do bring it to the track, I still want to have this hard seat. So then I started looking to aftermarket seats. One of the seats that I immediately looked into was the Sergeant seats, and they are $600-ish Canadian, which is crazy. There's other mods that I want to do to this bike. First, before investing in a $600 seat, a seat would be a huge upgrade, because I would still have the stock seat for shorter rides and track riding if I ever do it, and then I could switch to the more comfortable seat for longer rides, which would be ultimately the best option. A couple of the mods that I want to do first before anything is tune this bike, because that flat spot at 8,000 is no joke. This thing sucks at 8,000. There is no power, no nothing. It's driving me absolutely nuts. So I need to get a tune on this thing ASAP. While I'm tuning it, I want to get an aftermarket exhaust. This thing is whisper quiet and it's driving me nuts. Compared to my Austin Racing on my double R, this thing is so freaking quiet. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. This video is about Rippl Impact Gear, specifically the padded underwear. Is it worth the 50-ish? I think it was just less than $50 Canadian. Is it worth that price tag compared to the $600 seat? So in this video, we're gonna go over some of the pros, some of the cons, and just for context, guys, this video is not sponsored. There's no discount link, there's no any of that. I bought this with my own money, because after researching seats and stuff like that, I started looking at strapping a cushion on my seat, all those kinds of things. I started getting a ton of ads. It was non-stop for this specific company, Rippl Impact Gear. Look them up on Instagram for yourselves, guys. But for this padded underwear for motorcycles, specifically for motorcycles, I knew I had to try it, because it was 45-ish Canadian dollars. Not a huge investment. This is an absolutely unbiased video. You guys are gonna get my real thoughts, my real impressions of this. We're gonna go for a little ride. We're gonna test them out. One of the concerns that I did have, that I'm sure many of you have, does it make your tuchus bigger? I'm gonna put a little picture up here. You guys can see for yourself. I don't think it makes any difference noticeably of your tuchus being any bigger. I think it's just the exact same. You don't really notice it a whole lot. So without further ado, let's throw these things on here. We're gonna do it out in the public here. We're gonna throw them on. I've got them in my backpack right now. We're gonna try them out. I'm gonna put them on. I'm gonna censor it. Don't get any ideas, guys. It's not that kind of video, but I am gonna put them on so that you guys can see me actually wearing these things. All right, let's go. Let's get weird. Well, I didn't intend it to be that weird. Luckily, nobody was around. Guys, this is a censored channel. This is a PG channel. I didn't intend it to get as weird as it did, but it got weird. Sorry about that, guys. But anyways, we got these things on, and initially, when you first put them on, they're so incredibly uncomfortable. It's like unnatural, like you've got something in your pants there that is just absolutely driving you nuts. I've been wearing these for about 10 minutes now, and I'm already starting to get used to them. You don't even notice that they are there. But initially, when you first put them on, it's like, ooh, some don't feel right. Like you've got some junk in the trunk, if you know what I mean. You do get used to them. They are not too bad. They're not too uncomfortable. You could definitely go for dinner with these, absolutely, and nobody would notice. So rest assured, guys, your tuchus is not gonna get any bigger. You've got to pay big bucks, big surgery bucks to get your butt bigger. So these are not going to do it for you. I think you'd have to wear 2 or 3 pairs to actually notice a difference in size of tuchus. So I've had the pleasure of already testing these out, already going on a semi-long ride, a 2-hour ride. First impressions on the 2-hour ride is yes, they do make a difference. They absolutely make a difference when you're riding compared to not. If you have a comfortable seat already or a semi-comfortable seat, I'd say don't get these. But if you have an M1000R or something with a rock hard seat, yes, they absolutely make a hell of a difference. And on long rides, they're going to make a big difference. I was a little worried that I was gonna sweat in them and they weren't gonna be good for longer rides and my butt was gonna get all tingly and stuff like that, but luckily on the 2-hour ride that I did go on, they were absolutely incredible. No complaints whatsoever. They do take some time to get used to. The first 10-15 minutes of wearing them, you are gonna hate them. You're gonna throw them in the trash, but wear them for 10 minutes, get used to them. They do make a difference. Now you're probably wondering, should I get a new seat? Should I buy a $600 Sargent seat, which are probably incredible, or should I spend the $40? And my opinion to that is if you have the budget, buy a new seat. No question at all, buy a new seat. But if you've got $40 extra kicking around and you need a more comfortable seat, yes, absolutely buy these underwear because they are a huge budget-friendly option. So, with that being said, let's jump on the bike here and get some real-world testing done for you guys so that you guys can see and hear my honest reaction. So having this as a replacement to a $600 seat or cutting your seat, putting gel inserts in, all that kind of stuff. I have had a gel seat before. I've done it in the past on my old GSXR 1000 and yes, it absolutely made a hell of a difference. I would say gel is better than these underwear, but also gel requires you to cut your seat, take the cover off and modify it, and then you don't have a stock seat anymore. So that's why I say this is absolutely an awesome, budget-friendly, easy option for a more comfortable seat. Budget-friendly being the main thing, because if you have the money, if you have $600 kicking around, buy a new seat. It's gonna be better. It's gonna be way more comfortable. And so, with that being said, let's jump on the bike. Let's go. All right. Ooh. So yeah, the second you sit on here, you feel it, you feel the pads, and they're kind of right where they need to actually be. They're not on your tuchus over here on the outside, they're just kind of in your groin area, which actually makes sense of the placement of these gel inserts. So anyways, let's fire this bad boy up and get the heck out of here. 2 homeless people have come through as I was filming this and had all kinds of questions. So, so immediately on this bumpy ass road right here, you can feel the gel in the position that it actually needs to be. Yeah! So one of the things on this M1000R that I never did on my S1000RR is put it in road mode. One of the huge reasons I put this bike in road mode is because the suspension is so freaking soft and it makes up for this really hard seat. On my RR, I always just kept it right in slick mode, suspension stiff, everything. It never bothered me because the seat on my RR is so much more comfortable than the M1000 that I'm on right now. There's huge drawbacks being in road mode. You go to try do a wheelie, you try and gun it, you're lower on power, everything. So that's why I ride in road mode a lot of the times. So with that being said, let's just pop that. Oh, that was my heated grips. Let's just pop that on over to Race Pro 1 mode, which is my wheelie mode. So another thing that I was kind of worried about that I talked about a little bit earlier was not being able to feel the road, feel the action, if you want to call it that, while riding fast in corners. It's safe to say that when you're in corners, yes, it is better to have a nice hard seat. You feel everything, you feel the road, etc., etc. But for my skill level, having a comfortable seat is far more important than feeling every little thing. I'm no MotoGP rider. I'm not that fast. You know, I like to hit corners a little bit here and there, but the difference between wearing these underwear and not wearing them and going fast is so negligible for your average rider. So yes, I absolutely recommend these underwear if you don't have a budget for a seat, because let's just face it, guys, having a seat like a sergeant seat, those are incredible. They're like riding on a sofa. The nice thing about a sergeant seat is they are not made out of gel, so you don't get incredibly hot. The downside with gel seats is your butt, your tuchus gets really sweaty because they don't dissipate the heat very good at all. So having a sergeant seat is absolutely the way to go. I am absolutely going to be wearing these every single time I ride my motorcycle. This is not a sponsored video whatsoever. They have no idea I made this video. Seat pad just sounds like way too much work. It makes you sit up a little higher. I've read terrible reviews on getting seat pads, but I would like to test it out for myself and see, yeah, is it worth it, is it not? That's probably coming in a future video if I decide to spend another few bucks on a seat pad and really test it out. In the future, after I've got my exhaust, all that kind of stuff tuned, I am going to heavily consider getting a brand new seat and ditch these underwear. Anyways, if you like this video, let me know down in the comments. Let me know what budget-friendly options you guys have tried to make your seat more comfortable. I would love to know, because this is really just the first thing that I've tried on my M1000 single R, aside from the gel seat that I had years ago on my GSXR 1000, which was amazing. I didn't notice any heat problems too much, but tons of people are always saying that gel seats are incredibly hot and they don't recommend them. No hate towards gel seats whatsoever, guys. Check out Rippl Impact Gear for yourselves. So anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. Drop me a like in the little thing down below this video. Drop me a comment. Let me know your experiences, etc., etc. Make damn sure you tell your uncle, your aunt, your grandpa, your grandpa that I'm out here making underwear videos in public for motorcycles for you guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Also, one more thing before I go here. If you guys are from Vancouver, them Canucks, are doing so goddamn good. Go Canucks. Holy shit, they just absolutely crushed Nashville in the playoffs here. They're going to round 2. So sick. I absolutely love the energy that Vancouver has right now with the Canucks being in the playoffs, absolutely crushing it. Anyways, that's it. See you guys next time. Goodbye.